Hi, my name's Yuka and welcome to my channel. So my intention for this video is truly just to offer a new perspective in hopes that it can help you create some inner peace in your life as well, since we all know we need it at this time. You can agree or disagree. What I'm saying might not be your truth, but my hope is for you to go into this with an open mind and maybe you can see a different perspective as to the things that you might have been experiencing in your life. There's a quote by my favorite self-development author, Wayne Dyer, and the quote says that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And I believe this to be so entirely true. I used to be someone that was extremely negative. I had a lot of anger within me, and I used to hold on to things with like the tightest grip. I had to know every single detail, and I had to be in complete control in all situations that happened in my life, you know, in order to protect myself and to be safe, right? Well, I found out that that grip that I was holding on to and the controlling aspect was what was actually leading to most of the suffering in my life. And once I learned how to let these things go, that's when I created the inner peace within me now. So the topic is how to never be disappointed. So this is something that my dad actually taught me years ago when I was in one of my like deep resentment phases. And when he told me this, it really shined a new light as to a way of viewing things or just a way of being. It truly helped me realize that the suffering that I was holding on to was truly just because I was holding on to it, not because anybody else was doing it to me. So how to never be disappointed. So what is the definition of disappointment? The definition of disappointment is sadness or displeasure caused by the non-fulfilling of one's hopes or expectations. Which brings me to the next thing. What is expectations? An expectation is a strong belief that someone will or should receive something or achieve something. So disappointment and expectation work synonymously. They work hand in hand. So you can't have disappointment without some level of expectation. And so what are some examples of this? Okay, have you ever had a situation where you are giving someone a gift, maybe a birthday gift, a Christmas gift, or whatever gift it may be? So there's this expectation level that if I'm doing this for someone, like I should be receiving the same amount of love back to me, right? So that is an expectation. We've all been there where we do something kind for somebody and they don't even say thank you, right? And then, you know, you get this sort of like anger or resentment within you. Or let's say, for instance, someone asks a favor for you. Maybe they ask you to help you move. And then it comes around when the time where it's when you have to move and then they're nowhere to be found, they're not answering their phone, and you get mad because you're like, dude, I helped you. How are you not helping me, right? So like, just like the other example, there's some level of expectation while you're giving. And then of course there's expectations of your family. There's expectations from your parents, such as they're my mom, they're my dad, they should be doing this, or that's my best friend. Like how could they not help me in this situation? Or like, that's my brother, that's my sister. You know, there's all these expectations around these roles that we have in our lives. But that alone, that expectation is what causes the disappointment. So what my dad taught me was that if you go into any situation or give to anybody, to take away the expectation of getting something back from it. And then you will never be disappointed, right? Because you're not expecting anything. So it is this expectation of X, Y, and Z that leads to the disappointment, right? Because you're only disappointed because what you thought of what should be wasn't actually how it went, right? There's also even situations where you are going into something and you have really high expectations, like you're planning a surprise for somebody and you're like, okay, it's gonna be perfect and they're gonna react like this and it's just gonna be the best thing ever, right? And then when it all unfolds, maybe it doesn't go according to plan, and then maybe their reaction is also not up to what your expectation level was. So then you then have a level of disappointment because there's this expectation of the receiving party that is affecting you. So the whole thing is that when you take the expectation out of every situation that you go into, then you will not be led to a disappointment. If you go into a situation without the expectation of the outcome, and then the outcome ends up being a positive one, then in turn you feel gratitude and appreciation for the outcome of the situation. So then you can become happier and create more peace in your life, right? So you realize that it's the expectation that is causing the suffering, because if you're able to go into the situation without any expectations and then receive a positive outcome, then it's a positive situation, right? And it's just the way that you look at things. So the holding on to the expectation is the suffering. So the holding on to the expectation is like holding on to hot coals. And by holding on to this expectation, you're burning yourself. You're causing the suffering within yourself. And it doesn't matter how anybody reacts to you, because it's you doing it to yourself. But once you're able to realize that and release that expectation, releasing the hot coals, you no longer burn yourself. There's no longer anything that's going to affect you. It's just purely from giving from your heart. And then whatever the outcome of the situation is, you're at peace with, because you didn't expect anything out of it. And the holding on to the expectation also causes a level of resistance within the universe. And that holding on to, that gripping, is what stops the flow of God, universe, source giving to you. Because the flow of the universe is always going, but when you're holding on to these coals or these things, that's what stops the flow. So once you're able to let go and let God, let the universe, let source, let whatever it is that you believe in to take hold of the situation, then you no longer have to force or control anything. It truly is that gripping and that attachment to the outcome that is causing the suffering within us. And you may be thinking like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want something in return if I'm giving something to someone. But that, like I said, is what's causing the suffering in your life. So the reason why you might want to shift your mindset or change the perspective of the giving aspect is just purely for your own mental well-being. Once I changed my perspective of giving to not having to receive something in return, I was able to then just truly live from my heart. And then I was even more grateful when the person ended up appreciating me for what I did for them, right? So it's just a level of giving yourself an inner peace. That's it. That's purely what it is. It's purely just a benefit for you. Nobody else benefits from this, from you having peace of mind, from peace in your heart, from having inner peace within you. And this type of shift in your mindset is what creates that inner peace, because you will not ever be disappointed if you do not have any expectations going forward. It's as simple as that. And trust me, I've been there. I've given a lot where, yes, the other person should have maybe done X, Y, and Z. And when that person didn't do what I thought they should do to repay me, that's what caused the inner suffering. That's what caused the anger and the resentment within me. But once I realized that I am able to let that go, that I don't have to hold on to these thought patterns, and I can truly be in control of my life and my peace, that's what caused the inner peace. So it's truly up to you to realize that you have the power. It is up to you. Whatever mindset, whatever thought patterns, whatever reoccurring thoughts that are going on in your mind, you have the power to change that. And so that's my message. My message truly is to take control of your life and create the inner peace within you. Don't get affected by the outer circumstances of your life. Don't get affected by these other people with what they're not doing or what they're doing. Just truly create this inner balance of peace, and then nothing can affect you. Life has its ups and downs. It does, no matter what. We have to deal with these things. We're all here on earth, right? But if you are able to create a strong foundation for yourself, then you can stand strong in your life. You won't get swayed from side to side with every breeze, every situation that comes into your life, right? You're able to stand strong in yourself and know yourself. And that's truly how you create inner peace. And so how do you even do this, right? Like this is a big shift. And so, like I said, every time you go into a situation, prep yourself. Say, I am giving this without any expectation of anything in return. And that means literally even a thank you. It does take a level of looking within yourself to be able to notice that, are you giving truly from your heart, or are you giving with this subconscious thought in your mind that they'll have to repay you in the future? Like, are you truly giving without any expectation? And when you're able to do that and you're able to achieve that, then that is mastering it. That is how to never be disappointed. So go into all situations with the intentions of not receiving anything in return. And once you do that, and if they do react positively, then you can feel gratitude and happiness and appreciation in your heart from trusting yourself, from giving and still receiving, because the universe was able to give to you. So the next time you give to someone, truly give within your heart and don't put contingencies on these gifts that you give people, whether it's words of encouragement, an actual gift, help, or service of some sort. Look within and prep yourself before the giving actually happens so that you can be prepared with whatever the outcome of the situation is. So you can go into all situations by affirming to yourself that I release all expectations from the situation and I allow whatever is meant to unfold to unfold. So you have to become an allower of the situation. You can't keep forcing and trying to make things happen. You have to literally allow the universe to give you the blessings that you deserve. And another way that you can practice this is offering small acts of kindness, such as maybe giving a larger tip to somebody than usual. And there's not an expectancy after that, you know? Maybe it's some restaurant or a coffee shop that you've never been to and you're never going to go to ever again. So by giving to this person, you're truly giving out of the kindness of your heart. You're not expecting anything in return from that, right? And if you can't give any extra money, that's fine. Maybe it's offering a genuine compliment to a stranger, someone that you've never met and someone that you won't have a relationship with after, right? You're giving love to this person without receiving anything in return from that. There's no contingencies. There's no karmic relationship in this. You're able to just give fully from the kindness of your heart without having to get something in return. And that repetition of that is what will help you let go of the expectations of the outcome. So I really hope this video helped you in some sort of way, or helped maybe let you see a new perspective of handling situations. And if you like this video, then please like the video, please subscribe to my channel. And if you don't already follow me on social media, my handle on Instagram and TikTok is Yuka California. So if you are interested in staying connected with me, then follow me there. But I really hope that this helped you open your mind in some sort of way and made you see a new perspective, because oftentimes we're all so caught up in our head that, you know, we're only talking to ourselves, right? But sometimes when you're able to hear a new perspective or someone else's perspective on a situation, it allows you to open your mind and open your heart. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I hope you have a great day.